Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Eating with Max. Um, so, today, slightly different approach, similar to one of the earlier videos, well, actually, most of the videos so far, where I've just been buying things and trying it. This one, I think we're in for a real treat. So, this is actually going to start the tradition of omiyage, which are small snacks that coworkers will bring back with them from trips. For example, vacations, or maybe even if they have to go out for work, like on a meeting or something. For example, like into the city, like Sendai. So, this little guy is was a gift from the principal at one of the junior high schools. And I wouldn't normally post this because they're fairly typical, like just small snacks like cookies or rice crackers, things like that. But if you can read what's written under there, I think you'll know why this is something that I had to try out and show you more importantly. So if you can read it, it says sand coated with chocolate. So apparently this is chocolate covered sand, which I've never even heard before. Um, let's see, where did she get this from? Ah, Tokyo, interestingly enough. Um, yeah, I mean, so without further ado, let's open this thing up. Alright, looks pretty good. I mean, that looks like chocolate on the outside. It's like light, could be sand in there. Doesn't make a sound. Ooh, a little bitter, I think. Well, let's give this a try. Chocolate covered sand in a bar form. Oh, mm, 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 mm. It's not sand at all. I've been ripped off. What is this? I was expecting sand. Ah, here's the mistake. So you notice the fancy English says sand coated with chocolate, but if you look up here on the Japanese, it says shokura gake sando. This is probably one of the most interesting examples of internationalization I've seen in a long time, which is why I wanted to do this. Because the Japanese makes sense, the English doesn't. Except that the English does make sense, but is just completely illogical. Because why would they be selling sand covered chocolate? But how it works is that the Japanese is sando, and how it works is that that's because the katakana always has to end with a vowel as part of that time to absolutely butcher grammatical terms, linguistic terms, but I guess a phoneme. It's a consonant vowel in Japanese, so sando is the abbreviated form of the English sandwich, which makes sense. It's like a sweet sandwich, right? And then chocolate on the outside, a chocolate covered sandwich. Sounds fantastic. However, because it's already abbreviated in the form, nobody says sandwichi. Well, not frequently. It's always in this abbreviated form to save space, which makes sense. However, when the company doesn't take the time to understand that there's a real word behind that, and this only works in Japanese, and then tries to market it off like that, you suddenly have chocolate covered sand. Well, it's a marginally tasty treat, but a far more valuable lesson in language. So thank you for joining me on this special episode of Eating with Max.